Hello there. My name's Jackie. I'm a manager at an electronics store. Right now I'm on lunch and I'd like to share a few important things I've learned about preparing for the future. When I was offered this job a few months ago, I received a call from an alexfobes financial advisor. She really helped me understand the importance of keeping my retirement savings invested. This made me think carefully about what to do since I was about to change jobs. Look, I'm no financial expert, but I know that I wouldn't want to struggle financially in retirement. That's why I've made it my business to learn some important things about saving towards my retirement. Like this worrying fact. The average retirement fund member retires with a pension of less than 30% of their last salary. Could you live on less than a third of your current salary? I know I wouldn't be able to. So it's very important to think carefully about how the decisions you make today will affect your financial future. So how can you protect your retirement fund savings for your older self when you change or lose your job? You can keep your money invested. If you decide to do this, you have two options. You can leave your money where it is, or you can move your money to another fund. It's really important to speak to a financial advisor to understand each option and any tax implications. Here's a little more about your two options. If you leave your money where it is, your money will still be invested in the retirement fund and it can continue to grow. And unless you withdraw it, you won't have to pay tax. If you move your money to another fund, there are three types of funds you can move it to: a preservation fund, a retirement annuity fund, or your new employer's fund. Before you decide between leaving your money where it is or moving it to another fund, you should consider the costs and rules of each option so that you can decide what's best for you. Whether you leave your money where it is or decide to move it, your money can continue to grow because it will still be invested. Let's look at Mpho as an example of what happens when you keep your money invested when you leave an employer. Mpho is 23 and earns 12,000 Rand a month. 1,440 Rand is paid into his retirement fund every month. He is careful. Firstly, he doesn't withdraw any cash from his retirement fund when he changes jobs. Secondly, he increases the amount of money he pays into the fund whenever he can. Because of these decisions, if Mpho was 63 and retired, he could expect a pension of around 10,200 Rand a month in today's money. If he needed a pension that was closer to his current monthly salary of 12,000 Rand, he would need to start off contributing more of his salary towards retirement. It's a good idea to start saving as soon as you start working and contribute as much as you can each month. A financial advisor can help you calculate how much you need to contribute to achieve your personal goals. You could decide to withdraw the money in cash instead of keeping your retirement savings invested when you leave an employer. Let's look at Mpho's friend Sally as an example. Sally is also 23 years old and, like Mpho, earns 12,000 Rand a month. She also contributes 1,440 Rand to a retirement fund and pays more savings into the fund whenever she can. But the difference between Mpho and Sally is that every time Sally changes jobs, she dips into her retirement savings and withdraws cash. Because she doesn't keep her retirement savings invested when changing jobs, if Sally was 63 and retired, her pension would only be 3,060 Rand a month compared to her current salary of 12,000 Rand. Sally's situation is similar to most employed South Africans when they retire. Most people get a retirement income that is much less than their last salary at their employer. You see, there could be a massive difference in the kind of pension income you can expect to get when you retire based on what you decide to do with your savings. This means that you should keep your retirement savings invested whenever you can and contribute as much as you can each month. Keeping your savings invested in your retirement fund instead of spending them means your savings can grow into a bigger amount that you can live on when you retire. Don't worry if the amount you've saved so far doesn't seem like much. Keeping your savings invested means you have a chance of having a much bigger amount in the future for your older self. So far, we've spoken about two main options: leaving your retirement savings invested or withdrawing your savings in cash. It's important to know that you also have the option to keep some of your retirement savings invested and withdraw some in cash. The one problem with withdrawing your retirement savings we've mentioned is that you might not have enough money to live on when you retire. Another problem with withdrawing your savings when you change jobs is you may have to pay tax. When a person withdraws their retirement savings in cash, special tax rates apply that are set by SARS. SARS also allows a tax-free amount. The tax-free amount depends on whether you've been retrenched or are leaving your job for another reason. Paying tax now means that you have less saved for your future self. A financial advisor can help you calculate how much tax you would have to pay if you decide to withdraw some or all of your retirement savings in cash. When you retire, you don't pay tax on the first 500,000 Rand you withdraw in cash. But did you know that the 500,000 Rand is for your lifetime and all previous withdrawals will reduce your tax-free amount? The cash withdrawals you make before retirement not only reduce your tax-free amount, but also increase the tax you will pay on any withdrawals you make when you retire. So, to sum it up, withdrawing cash from your retirement fund savings when you change or lose your job really isn't a good idea. Avoid it if you can. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the pension you need in retirement. To help you understand your choices, ask your HR department for a copy of the options on leaving your employer brochure and your retirement fund member booklet. Well, that's all for me for now. Time to get back to work. Keep in mind the information in this video is not financial advice. You should speak to a financial advisor who can give you guidance based on your personal circumstances before you make financial decisions based on this information. Keep saving. Your future self will thank you.